welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we were watching and reacting to Minnesota Vikings at the LA Rams. Not really, but that's what it would have been. But the game got moved to Arizona for obvious reasons, which it should have been in St. Louis, but they should be playing this at the Edward Jones Dome if they were going to move it. They'd still have more Rams fans there than they do in Arizona or LA, but you do it with the best of what you can you? So, we got Minnesota playing LA. In Arizona, the winner moves on to play the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia next weekend. The loser goes home. And if LA wins, they might just spend the whole damn week in Philadelphia. That's got to be an older rally towel with an old St. Louis Rams logo with a white instead of gold. Yep, it was close. It was close. Bucks basically shot themselves in the foot, though, but it was close. But the final wild card game of the weekend, tomorrow we'll be back to association football for a little bit. I know, it's been a while. Chelsea versus Bournemouth at 1:30. We'll be live for that. We'll review that Wednesday. I'll be doing a video talking about my thoughts about Robin Fraser being hired as TFC's manager. Watching it on the Manning cast. I kind of have to watch it normally if I'm doing this. I kind of have to watch the game normally if I'm doing this. Besides, I think the fun of the Manning cast is hearing them talk, which I also can't do if I'm doing this. So, you got both. But we're getting ready to go. We'll see if this works as a troll. I don't know. We'll see if wearing the Battlehawks t-shirt works as a troll because, of course, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I didn't really want to wear purple, and I'm not rooting for the Rams for obvious reasons. So, I picked the Vikings to win, one. Second of all, well, they say this one's going to be close. Mike McCarthy to the Saints. Ugh. I know he's out in Dallas, but him going to the Saints? Ugh. Ugh. That would be horrible. That would be horrible. If they're going to do that, they might as well just hire back Dennis Allen. You might as well. Ugh. I don't know which one's worse. They're both horrible. I don't think McCarthy's a good coach. I don't think he is. I don't think he need to go to Denver to figure that, or Dallas to figure that out. I think we knew Mike McCarthy was a horrible coach when he got fired from the Packers, but then he went to Dallas and it just proved what we know. I think Dak is a damn good quarterback. I think he could do better with a better coach. I may be biased because of where Dak came from, but the school he came from. But I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a better quarterback than they show. I think he needs a coach that fits his scheme, his style. I don't think he's at Russell Wilson level yet. My opinion. How we doing, Jimmy? I got the Vikings winning. I got the Vikings winning tonight because I think they will. It's not because I hate the Rams, even though I do, for obvious reasons. Obvious reasons. I just think the Vikings are the better team. I think the Rams are a bit fraudulent. I think the NFC West is a horrible division. I think, and they scraped through it by tiebreaker. And it was the strength of victory tiebreaker. It wasn't even a worthwhile tiebreaker. It was strength of victory. It's something nobody cares about unless it's about to be used. That's what the Rams did. And because they had that tiebreaker, even when the Seahawks beat them in the final week of the season, all it did was knock them to the 4 seed. They aren't that good. I hate them both about equally. I hate the Ravens and Rams about equally. I would say they're in that same tier of like hate with a fire of 1,000 suns. Ravens, Jets, Rams, Dolphins. Yeah, they're never going to be liked. They're never going to have anything more than hate them with a fire of 1,000 suns. I hate the Rams. I hate the Ravens. I hate the Jets. I hate the Dolphins. Chiefs, they're not there. I don't like the Chiefs right now. I mean, there's teams I'd rather see over the Chiefs, but I don't hate the Chiefs. But I've flip-flopped over the past couple of Super Bowls they've been in. Of course, the first one they were in, I wanted them to win. Then they played Tom Brady. Obviously, I wanted Tom Brady to win. Then they played Joe Burrow in the AFC title game. I wanted Joe Burrow to win. Then when they played the Eagles, I wanted the Eagles to win. Then last year, I wanted the Chiefs to win, but that was more because I was hoping for what everybody else was hoping for. When they won, Travis Kelce would propose to Taylor Swift. I don't think there was – besides, I hate the 49ers. Oh, there's another one. I hate the 49ers. Not as much as I do those other teams, but I don't really like the 49ers. I don't. Oh, yeah, the Falcons. I'd say Falcons are like that second tier. Falcons and 49ers are like that second tier. I actually like the Bills. I have a soft spot for them, but we'll see. Trying to think. No. Oh, Giants. Yeah, Giants. I honestly, I don't know. That may just be beating a dead horse at this point. Hating the Giants might just be beating a dead horse at this point, frankly. It's not exactly what they are now. It's what they did to Tom Brady. They probably don't even deserve to be hated like that, to be fair. Even I know it's like, come on now. They don't even deserve it as an organization. They don't even deserve it. It's just Eli Manning that deserves it at this point, but he don't play no more. Well, I don't know about fights, but I hope it is a good game. Chicago's just trash. Oh, yeah, I hate the Packers. I don't hate them as much as I used to. I don't hate Aaron Rodgers as much as I used to either, which is wild because he was on the Jets. But, I don't know. But then Aaron Rodgers left the Packers, and, I think maybe it's more because he became a conspiracy theorist than Tom Brady's biggest rival, AstroTurf, but still. People were like, oh, he's better than Brady. Bullshit. Maybe I didn't hate him. I just hated the talk around Aaron Rodgers. And then once he became a conspiracy theorist, people dropped that instantly. No. Why would I hate a team that Tom Brady won a Super Bowl for? Why would I hate a team that Tom Brady won a Super Bowl for? That's crazy. I just wore a Buccaneers jersey last night. Tom Brady jersey, but still. I like the Bucs. I still do. I know I'm shocked. I thought I would stop caring about them when Brady left, but turns out I'm also a big Baker Mayfield fan, ironically enough. So that's probably why. I was always a big fan of Baker Mayfield. So I guess it all worked out. But I still like the Bucs. As you could tell from last night, I'm still pretty in tune with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know what I'm talking about there. So, as you can tell, some of these games is like he doesn't know what the hell. He kind of knows what he's talking about, but not really. Then some of them, it's like, okay, yeah, the Steelers, yeah, he knows. He knows. Bucks, he knows. Okay, good. No, do not do that to Marcus Freeman. He deserves better than the Bears. Marcus Freeman is an amazing coach. He deserves better than the Bears. He wouldn't even he's a good coach, but nobody can make the Bears succeed. Nobody. Do not do that to him. What should happen is Mike Tomlin should get traded to the Bears, and then the Steelers hire Marcus Freeman. That's what should happen. That's what should happen. And if that doesn't happen, I hope he stays at Notre Dame. Nah, he wouldn't do that. He'd only leave Notre Dame for NFL job. Okay, yeah, we're stuck with Jeff Lebby. Okay, yeah. It'd probably be better. But this game's about to start in Arizona, Glendale, Arizona. Speaking of Steeli Manning, speaking of 18-1, damn. It hurts to see those pictures from the LA fire. Damn. It's crazy. It's crazy. I got the Vikings winning because I think they're the better team. I thought he was inactive. From states to NFL playoffs, Emmanuel Forbes. Isn't he inactive tonight? It's like, oh, Emmanuel Forbes is in the playoffs. He's inactive. I thought at least. Will Rogers is leaving Washington. Wonder if that's Blake Shapen commented on that post. Wow. But yeah, I got the Vikings. I think they're the better team. But we'll find out. One game. This is it. So, I think this is an absolute masterful troll job. I think this is an absolute masterful troll job. I'm not a Viking. I just think they're going to win. If I was a Viking, I'd be wearing some purple. I'm just wearing a Battlehawks t-shirt because I hate the Rams. And this game should be being played at the Edward Jones Dome, not in Arizona. If you're going to move a Rams game, they still have a home that's been deserted for years. It's not Arizona. I know Arizona stole a team from St. Louis too. But there's a home they deserted years ago that they could go back to if they need it. And it ain't in Arizona. And they don't even call it the Edward Jones Dome anymore, but that's only business-wise. I think everybody else still calls it the Edward Jones Dome. But if you want to be correct, the Dome at America's Center. If you want to be correct. But it's the Edward Jones Dome. I still think Rams fans would come out for the Rams. Not for Stan Kroenke, but to prove a point to him and Roger Goodell that the Rams are still loved here. It's just that mustachio punk and that punk commissioner's not loved here. I think there's a difference. But I mean, I think St. Louisans would take the opportunity to say goodbye to the Rams with some closure, while also telling Kroenke to stick it where the sun don't shine. And Goodell. I think it's good to have closure, you know? I think it's good to have closure. But so you want closure. Sometimes getting closure means you but it just doesn't. Arizona? Like when you have an obvious place to move the game, you move it to Arizona? No. I know Arizona stole a St. Louis team too. I know the Bidwills stole the Cardinals from St. Louis. There was also the football Cardinals. Look it up. Big Red St. Louis Cardinals. Look it up. Arizona. They weren't always the Arizona Cardinals. They played in St. Louis too. I know that was confusing as all hell when that was a thing. I know. Well, historically, I know. I wasn't alive back then, but they were always the Arizona Cardinals to me. But there was that piece of history that they played in St. Louis as well. Yeah, that must have been confusing as hell. That must have been very confusing. But that's why they were called Big Red. Normally. But hey, they stole a team and LA stole a team. So I guess it is sort of fitting it's in Arizona. And Kurt Warner also played a good bit of his career in Arizona as well. So the franchise he won a Super Bowl for, the Rams playing in the stadium that he ended his career in, I guess that's fitting too. I guess. Since I don't know if he wants to or they make him, but he puts on for LA. He's been in LA for Rams events. which makes me sick. A lot of the St. Louis legends have been in LA for Rams events. It makes me sick. Except for Isaac Bruce, they never played there. Isaac Bruce played a year in LA before they moved over to St. Louis. The rest of them didn't. It makes me sick. Here comes the kickoff. The Vikings are going to kick it off to the Rams. They're not LA Rams. Kurt Warner's not an LA Ram. He's a St. Louis Ram. There's a difference. Same with Torrey Holt. At least Isaac Bruce played a year in LA, even though he mostly was a St. Louis Ram. Steven Jackson, Marshall Faulk, only St. Louis. And that's going to be kneeled down. That will go back to the 30-yard line. But enough about my waxing poetical about St. Louis got screwed over. The shirt's a reminder of that. Let's talk about this game. Matt Stafford coming out for this first drive. Won a Super Bowl with the Rams, of course. After being traded for Jared Goff, who might just win the Super Bowl this year. And snap taken under center. Matt Stafford throws. It is caught. Puka to midfield. That was one play already. Puka makes the catch midfield. Goes a little bit further. That's a first down for the Rams. The Arizona Rams. Two could play at this game. First down and 10 at the 48-yard line. No, more like the 43-yard line. In the shotgun is Stafford. And that's tackle right at the line. 1 yard gain. Second down. It might be insensitive if the LA Rams aren't allowed to win by the Vikings, but I don't think it's that. But I just realized something. Yeah, if the referees are a little bit too biased tonight, I'm going to raise an eyebrow. Well, I'm not The Rock. I can't raise an eyebrow, but I would want to. 2nd and 9, 13:41 left in the first quarter. Stafford throws. It is caught. Tyler Higbee catches for a first down. Okay, the Vikings might actually be fraudulent. I just thought the Lions were really good. Turns out it's both. The Vikings are fraudulent and the Lions are very good. We're going to get a Rams versus Lions NFC title game in Detroit, aren't we? Probably. Don't tell me it's going to be another one of those games. Stafford's on fire. Stafford throws. Short. Puka gets past the line. Or no, he's right behind the line tackled. 2nd 11. Van Ginkel made the tackle. Or no, they're just talking about the Pro Bowlers. My bad. Robinson Cup. Both sides have wide receivers. No one side wing set. It's a double wing set. Stafford throws short. Higbee catches it, but it's 3rd down. 3rd down. He did gain a couple of yards, though. It was a complete pass. He's back from his torn ACL from last playoffs. Tyler Higbee, 3rd and 7. Played 3 games this season. Of course, this is 4th. The Vikings blitz is very good on first and second down, but middle of the pack on third. Didn't say none about fourth. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Timeout for the Rams. Their first timeout. Didn't like the look, and they couldn't get the play off. First charge timeout for the Rams. Hey, Vikings fans got down there too. Nice. $11:24 left in the first quarter. The Rams have taken off 4 minutes of the clock with this drive. 30 points in the first quarter. Second fewest in the NFL this season for the Rams. They've been more of a second-half team, more of a team worth comebacks or that has pulled comebacks. 3rd and 7. Stafford in the shotgun throws. It is caught, and that will be a first down. Kyren Williams is short. He went out a yard away from the line to gain before he put the ball forward. He put the ball forward as he was going out of bounds. He will be a yard short. Good coverage from Stephon Gilmore, former Patriot. 4th and 1. That means 11 yards to gain a first down. They have to gain 11 yards to gain a first down. And they would have 3 downs, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th to gain that 11. That means they had lost a yard on the down before. So they have to gain back the yard they lost plus the 10 that they already had to gain another set of downs. There's a flag on the play offside on the Vikings. 5-yard penalty. That was a first down, but it was 4th and 1, so that's going to put them 4 yards closer. Bad penalty on the Vikings. The Rams I think they were trying to pull them offside. I don't think they would have went for it. I think they were trying to pull them, and they absolutely took the bait. Bad play. 1st and goal, 5 yards away for the Rams. They hand it off. Nope, fake. Stafford will throw. Caught. Kyren Williams makes the touchdown. 5-yard touchdown catch for Kyren Williams. Fake, run, play action pass into the middle of the end zone. Nobody was on him. Stafford makes the throw. Williams holds on. It's a touchdown for the Rams. Good setup of a play. Williams took the fake, had an open run, safety valve, and it worked perfectly. But a good play. And there'll be an extra point kicked, and they did. The Rams kicked the extra point. It is good. Am I crazy, or did they even show it? Extra point is good. 0-7. Josh Carty is the kicker. He made the extra point. Man, the Vikings defense got gashed. Man, the Vikings, they showed the extra point on the Manning cast. So that was I think they overran the replays on the actual broadcast. Wild. Which is wild. But Josh Carty hits the extra point. Oh, there it is. You have Josh Carty, extra point is good. 10:22 left in the quarter. So the Vikings got to step up. Vikings get the ball. Sam Darnold stepping up to start his portion of this game. Sam Darnold. Can he bounce back from the Lions game last week? I say probably not. We're going to find out, though. And Darnold hands it off to start to Aaron Jones, and he gets hit behind the line. PlayStation. FIFA or EA Sports FC. NHL. If I played video games more, I'd probably get the most recent NHL game as well, but I don't. So I still have a lot of consoles in general. But if I'm playing something, it's probably going to be PS4 at this point. And it's very rare because I'm doing a lot of this. Darnold gets sacked. And the Rams are all over the Vikings so far in this game. Defensively, the Vikings can't stop a nosebleed. And offensively, they're frauds, just like last week. Turns out, a minus 10-yard sack. It's 3rd and 21. Sam Darnold's turning back to Jets Sam Darnold. He's seeing ghosts. Maybe, man, the Rams are pissed off that Dan Campbell told Kevin O'Connell, see you in 2 weeks. Man, they really are pissed off. Or the Vikings have turned into frauds. Empty set. Sam Darnold makes the throw. Not even to the sticks. Okay. 4th down and 10. They still have to kick it away. 11-yard pass. It's 4th and 10. So they're back where they started. Doesn't matter. They got to kick it. 8:40 to go in the first quarter. What a horrible first drive from the Vikings, defensively and offensively. Rams mean business. They might, 10-7 might not explain what the Rams are. It might not. Wright kicks it away to Xavier Smith. Smith catches it. He's going to return it. Past the 20. Still going. Brought down at the 20. Did he fumble it? No, that was a heavy tackle. Had Kyron Williams 2 receptions, touchdown my parlay, got it first drive. What a guy. Man, you're taking easy bets. I mean, Kyron Williams, 2 receptions. He's at least going to get 7, 5, 6, or 7 as a running back. Touchdown. I wonder if it was also a rushing touchdown. Doesn't matter. He got it. Kyron Williams is their number 1 back. If he doesn't get 2 receptions, that's either the Vikings shut him down, which is not happening. And, the Kyron Williams part's the easy bet. I could have told you that. But Just because I barely talk about the NFL till January doesn't mean doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about. The only reason I talk about the playoffs is there's nothing else to do in January with the way the schedule is for CONCACAF. Puka 80 yards, he'll probably get that. But there's nothing else to talk about in January. So, and there'll still be some association football we talk about this month, just like tomorrow, Chelsea. But it ain't CONCACAF until like the last week of the month. Well, no, there is Miami versus Medico on Saturday. I'm only doing that game because Messi's playing it, and it's a preseason game, but it's America versus Miami. It's going to get some views, right? It's going to get something, right? So, if it wasn't for Messi, I wouldn't be doing it. I would be talking about the NFL. But maybe during like the first half of that stream, I'm watching the Lions game as well. So I'll still talk about a little bit, but everything divisionally we'll talk about on Sunday after the stream I do on Sunday. But yeah, this is January for you. NFL. I know what I'm talking about. I just barely talk about it because I don't have time to talk about it until now. If I'm going to talk about gridiron football before January, it's going to be college or CFL. Nah, let's go Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. 80 yards for Puka. He's probably getting that. Cooper Kupp, 5 receptions. That should happen. Well, the way this game's going, that should happen. I got Calgary Flames and Rams to win. Arnett Gardens to win. Football looking good so far. Like, I mean, that doesn't seem like a bad parlay. Calgary's not too bad this year. Of course, there's also hockey we talk about. Stafford with a throw to start the second drive. Caught! What a throw, man. Stafford's just throwing him on a loop. He's just throwing him on a line. Dear God. Robinson with a catch. 23-yard reception. Man, Stafford's just throwing these on a line. My God. They can't do nothing. Man, this seems like the Bucs last night. What? I did not think the Vikings secondary was this porous. Dear God. Swiss cheese. Just keep throwing the damn ball. Tyler Higbee. First down. Makes a man miss. First down, Tyler Higbee. Dear God. Matt Stafford's on fire. Yeah, he is. I'd talk shit, but there's nothing to talk shit about United for. They're that bad. That'd just be beating a dead horse. Talking shit about United, that'd be just beating a dead horse. And hey, they actually beat Arsenal in the FA Cup on penalties, but Arsenal can't win third round games to save their life. It's been what, like 5 years straight now that they've lost in the third round? Oh, wait, no, they won the COVID year FA Cup. Oh, wait, they won the FA Cup in the COVID year. Okay, my bad. Every normal year before COVID and after COVID for like the past 5 years, they've lost in the third round. And then they won the COVID year FA Cup. Fair enough. Arsenal. Every normal year over the past like 6 years, they've lost in the third round. COVID year, they won though. Mickey Mouse FA Cup. What if Chelsea won it? They were in that final. And they won the Champions League the next year. Who cares? Even if they did, who cares? They won the Champions League next year. So who cares? See, the difference between Arsenal and Chelsea is Chelsea's won 2 Champions Leagues. They won a Champions League the next year after that Mickey Mouse FA Cup final. Most pass yards per game. Matt Stafford is above Kurt Warner and Dan Fouts. But the portion that matters is Stafford's above Kurt Warner, former greatest show on turf ram. I was talking about Arsenal. and their problems with the third-round ties. At least Man United is like, you played a Prem team, right? Man, they've lost third-round ties to teams in the championship, Arsenal. Whenever they have to wear those no more red kits when they're all white, man, that's when they need to stop wearing those. I get it's for a good cause, but you never win in them. You never win. Kyron Williams makes a run for 21 yards, or to the 21 for 17 yards. Rams are still cutting them up. Doesn't matter who wins, no matter what, they're both going to Philadelphia, or whoever wins is going to Philadelphia. I can't get behind that. I think people are being very reactionary. Like, it's been a bad season comparatively to the past two for Arteta. But it's hard to continue title winning form when you haven't won a title and you just get punched in the mouth at the end of the year 2 years in a row. Look at Liverpool last year. Liverpool had, or actually the year before last year, the last full season of, well, the second to last full season of Klopp. They had 2 years of title-winning form without winning the title. That third year, they got beat up like a old shit box car. Same thing's happening to Arsenal. It's hard to keep that form going when you're like, well, damn, we couldn't win the title 1 year, and we were very close. We were close the second year. We were right there, and we couldn't win the title. Year 3, it's like you don't want to put on that. I don't think it's up to Arteta. I think they're making the right signings. I just think they're zapped. I think this year they're going to be good, but not good enough. Next year, they'll probably be right back in the title race. Let it play out. It's the same thing that happened to Liverpool 2 years ago. Let it play out. Let it play out. 2nd and 16. But hey, at least City ain't the ones winning the title. Hell, look at City. They're doing worse. Yep. Rams might get stopped here to a field goal, which is, I guess, better for the Vikings, thanks to the Rams' own mistakes. But point differential plus 62 in the first quarter. LA's minus 62, and LA's got out hot. 3rd and 16 at the 28-yard line. This will be a field goal as long as they don't lose any yardage. It's a 4th down that's long enough to they'll probably kick the ball, but man, they damn near. Tyler Higbee makes it a 4th and 5. It's a 4th and manageable, but they're going to kick the ball with Josh Carty. He's made his last 13 straight field goals. 34-yard attempt. But again, if Arsenal fires Arteta because they're having a year where they're all zapped and their belief is gone, you can't do that. You have to take a year to recuperate. It's hard to have it's hard to have a title challenging form for 3 straight years and then get punched in the mouth 2 years in a row, and then whatever happens in the third year. Josh Carty makes the field goal, 34-yard field goal, 10-0. But I'm preaching patience. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think firing Arteta helps anything. But it's a 10-0 game for the Rams. Only reason is the Rams made some mistakes over the past drive that pushed it to a field goal. But in the end, we'll see what happens. Can the Vikings build back on this? We'll find out. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Super chats are on. At this point, I think the Rams are going to run away with this one. Even with the mistakes, I think they're going to run away with this one. It's just a hunch I have. 10-0 for the Rams. Kevin O'Connell was the Rams OC the year they won the Super Bowl. Former Patriots quarterback as well, Kevin O'Connell. Got futsal after this game. Nice. And I'll be watching football in many because. Ha! That'll be taken to 30, a touchback for the Vikings. Can they wake up here? If they don't, some of the same things that have ailed Sam Darnold over the Lions game are rearing their ugly head during this game. Justin Jefferson has 11 yards receiving. That was on that third down. Sam Darnold under center. Hands the ball off, and there's only about a 2-yard run. 2nd down and 8. Sam Darnold throws. 2nd and 7. Turns into a 3rd and 1. Complete pass. Jones makes it a 3rd and 1. Manageable. Just don't do nothing stupid. Snap taken. Darnold throws. Complete to Jordan Addison. It is a catch. 1st down. Good throw. High throw. But he makes the throw. Jordan Addison catches it. He gets both feet down. His elbow was down before the out of bounds. It is a catch. 2 feet and an elbow. He had the ball. 2 feet and an elbow. 1st down. Maybe the elbow served as a foot. Either way. Darnold gets the snap. Has room to throw. Throws it down the middle. 2nd down and 3. Ham makes the catch. He's waking up a little bit. 2 minutes left in the 1st quarter. Jared Verse, the 2nd Rams defensive player to make the Pro Bowl, is a rookie. Aaron Donald was the 1st, obviously. Caught! Moonball! And Justin Jefferson, Jay Jettas makes the catch for a 1st down. Of course, you throw a moonball to Justin Jefferson. He's coming down with it. It's about right. Boom. First down. Almost, man, if he turned a little bit earlier, he might have got some more yards, but doesn't matter. They're in the red zone. 28 receptions of 20-plus yards for Justin Jefferson. Makes sense. 110. Darnold takes a snap. Has room, and he gets sacked to the 30-yard line. Second down. At least this field goal range. They got to him. Man, good rush. The offensive line couldn't hold there. Hawkinson, third down. 17 seconds left in the first quarter. 3rd and 10. One last snap of the quarter. Nope. The end of the first quarter has happened. 0-10. Rory. Come on now. Penta's match was fire. I figured as much. Good. I haven't had a bot like that in a while. A streaming bot. I haven't had one of those in a while. It's been a while. I will say that much. End of the first quarter, 0-10. Well, okay. Fair enough. Squared circle where... Oh, yeah, it's in my saved. Hold on. Yeah. Boom. Vikings are going to get that belt to ass. I mean, they're starting to wake up a little bit. They're starting to wake up a little bit. I mean, yeah, it started horribly, but I mean, that's sometimes what happens. Sometimes games start horribly. Waiting for the second quarter to start. Oh. Best receiver in the league, in your opinion? Ooh. Jefferson, 4th and 2. Here's an attempt for Will Reichard from Georgia, the former Georgia kicker. I'll answer that question after the kick. 34-yard attempt for Will Reichard. 4th and 2. And the kick is good. Yeah, just inside the post. Honestly, right now, 34-yard field goal is good. I'm on Ross St. Brown. It's got to be at this point. Puka, he's up there. St. Brown. Justin Jefferson. I got to go on Ross St. Brown, though. Three to 10. Yeah, I got to go on Ross St. Brown right now, in my opinion. I think he's the best. George Pickens is a B-Tech AB. Like, he doesn't have the CTE, but he's still a head case, and he can't catch in the cold weather when he doesn't get the ball going his way. So, no, it's not George Pickens. He has the raw talent, but he's a freaking head case. So, it's not George Pickens. I think it's Amon-Ra St. Brown, but Justin Jefferson and Puka are up there as best wide receivers in the league. But that's like the top 3. But I got Amon-Ra as number 1. I don't think it's Hollywood Brown. I don't think it's Xavier Worthy. I don't think it's Tyreek. I think Tyreek's a bit washed. He's still good, but not top 3. I think the Chiefs, if Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy are healthy, they're better at playing their correct positions, but they're not perfect. No, I think the Lions are winning the Super Bowl. I think the Detroit Lions are winning the Super Bowl, so no. They might be in it, the Chiefs. It wouldn't shock me if they were there, but the Lions are going to win. The Lions are winning the Super Bowl. I got him. Ah, screw it. I got him. I got the bot. NFL bots. Ay. Jamar Chase, top 3. You know what? Yeah, Jamar Chase is up there. Yeah, actually. I think he's above Puka. Yeah, Jamar Chase is up there. T, top 10. But, yeah, I'd say Jamar is up there. I think he's better than T, to be fair. I think the one that's more likely to leave in free agency is probably T. And that'll be a touchback to go into the 30-yard line, the Rams. Fair catch. And that's going to be an interception. The Vikings with a pick 6. Cashman. Touchdown. Touchdown, Vikings. And it's a tie game like that. Like that, the game flips on a dime. Stafford, it's a fumble recovery. He drops, it's a fumble, actually. But it's on Stafford anyway. You normally don't see a fumble going back like that, but they might pull it back anyway. They might pull this back. They might pull this one back. Touchdown! It is called a touchdown. A fumble by Matt Stafford. Picked up. They're going to call it a touchdown. They're going to call it a touchdown. It was a fumble. I mean, he automatically dropped that ball. He threw that ball. Like, he wasn't going forward. He dropped that ball. He didn't even get stripped. He just dropped it. He just straight up dropped it. Like, that's not throwing it. He dropped it. He didn't throw it forward, didn't throw it back. He dropped it. Incomplete pass. They're taking it back. Nope, they flipped it. They flipped it an incomplete pass. Bad call. I don't think he threw that forward. I think he dropped it. Nah, that's a bad call. Incomplete pass. Still 10-3. Bad call. Bad call. Second and 10. Rams got away with one there. Horrible. Horrible call. I think that's a horrible call. Throw. Incomplete. Way over his head. Third down. Oh, son of a... Jesus. Bleep. Oh, well, Rory got him too. Stafford throws. Incomplete. 4 down. At least the Vikings didn't give up a touchdown after that horrible call was made. 3 incomplete passes. They'll have to punt it away. And the Vikings get the ball back. 1st and 10. 13:58 left in the half. Bryce Young had a great end to the season. Ever since he came back from being benched, Bryce Young has been amazing under Dave Canales. He learned a lot from that. Carolina's a team that needs to be feared now. They started the year absolutely dead to rights. Then, as the year went on and he came back from being benched, they've turned to a team to be feared. Or they're primed to be feared. The Panthers will be good again soon, I think. Truly good again. if you watch the way they were moving, if they make the right signings, they have a good coach in Dave Canales. I've always been a supporter of Dave Canales ever since he was the offensive coordinator of the Bucs last year. I always thought he was a very good offensive coach. He's got a good mind. And then, of course, Bryce Young had a really good season once he came back from being benched. I think he had to be benched. I think he had to be, and then he came back from it and got even better. Just got better as the year went on. Caleb is good, but the Bears are still the Bears. Like, Caleb's a good quarterback, don't get me wrong, but I think Bryce Young has more potential to turn the Panthers around now that he's been benched and come back from that. I don't think him being benched was him as a bad quarterback. It was he's not developing the right way. I think they had to tweak his development a bit. Give him a slap of reality, right? That's what they did. How we doing, Captain Falcon? Caleb is not, I don't think he has the same problems, but the Bears are the Bears. Now, if he gets a coach who's more in tune, maybe Ben Johnson turns Caleb into a better quarterback. But right now, Bryce Young. They're both good. Neither of them are bad. It's just that I think Bryce Young has more potential that he hasn't got to. I think Caleb Williams has what he has. He is what he is. And yes, he can be coached to be better and grow into being a number one pick level player, but he needs the right coach. And that's not Mike Tomlin. If the Bears are dumb enough to trade for Mike Tomlin, that ain't the coach he needs. Marcus Freeman probably could be that coach, but I don't want to see him in Chicago. Ben Johnson might be that guy. 2nd and 3 for the Vikings. No, I did not. .12:56 left in the second quarter. The Vikings are unlucky not to be tied right now. But we'll see if that overturned fumble return turns out to be what sparked them. First down will put them at midfield. Sam Darnold, bull rushed. Bull rush. There was nothing he could do. 3rd down. Sack for 12 yards. 3rd and 15. Third and 15. Man, he's taking Russell Wilson level sacks. Sam Darnold has to throw a moon ball. Incomplete and almost intercepted. 4th and 15. Defensively, it pushed the Vikings on. Offensively, not so much. 4th and 15. Wright going to kick it away to Smith. Going to go into the end zone. Touchback. There's a flag on the play. And must have been Wright got ran into. Flag on the Rams. Let's see what that is. Is it roughing the kicker or running into the kicker? He hit the leg. Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. 15-yard penalty. 1st down. Vikings are bailed out by that roughing the kicker penalty. He hit the leg. It is roughing the kicker. It's not running into. It is roughing. And it gives them the 1st down that they need. Well, even if it wasn't 15 yards, it would still be. Either way, The Vikings get an automatic first down. They were backed up to 15 yards. That's exactly what they needed to get a first down. And they are given that first down. So they're going to midfield. So they're at midfield with a first down. It's the more unorthodox way to get it, but doesn't matter. They got it. They hand the ball off Jones. Jones gets about 3. You take out the leg, that's roughing the kicker, especially the plant leg. And he rolled through his plant leg for sure after the kick. Hummel. Second and 8. You can't roll through somebody's plant leg and think you're not going to get called. And Jefferson is pulled down at the line. What a tackle. Last-ditch effort by Witherspoon ends up being a tackle. Looked like Jefferson was going to break away, but Witherspoon gets him by the leg and pulls him down. What a smart play. A smart play. Third and 8. Darnold throws. And it's picked off. It's picked off. Picked off. Yeah, I saw it. Picked off by Durant. $10-14 left in the second quarter. It was a pick. Picked off by Durant, but he went down as soon. Lord have mercy. Me too. And we will. A horrible throw. That was a horrible. Well, I don't know about a horrible throw. I mean, Jordan Addison was right there, but the route got jumped for sure. He is who he thought he was. Sam Darnold is who he thought he was. That's why he took the damn field. Yeah, but it seems like they've said that wasn't even true. They should just put Daniel Jones in. He's just as bad. At least Sam Darnold had 17 weeks of good football. Daniel Jones didn't have that. Daniel Jones didn't have 17 weeks of really good football, really good quarterback play. At least Sam Darnold did this year. Daniel Jones did not. He did not. Daniel Jones is the same guy, except he didn't have 17 weeks of good quarterback play. He's the same guy. They're both trash. Sam Darnold just had the best year of his career. It just didn't end up being the best year of his career. How much money has that man lost in 2 weeks is my question. That man was going to get a bag, Sam Darnold, this offseason, whether it was from the Vikings or somebody else. Now, could he still get a bag from somebody not called the Vikings? Probably. It'll be a dumbass team like, I don't know, the Raiders probably. Whoever doesn't get a quarterback during the draft who needs a quarterback will probably give Sam Darnold a damn bag. But It ain't going to be the Vikings. I can guarantee you that right now. Somebody's always going to be desperate. They'll be like, he had an amazing season last year, so he had 2 bad weeks. What does that mean, you know? And give him the freaking bag. So he probably still, I don't know if he'll make exactly what he was going to make, but there's a flag on the play, 10:01. Doesn't look like it was on Minnesota from reactions. Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty. No? Actually, no, I don't. That would be awesome. Holding on Jackson. The champ is here. The champ is here! I agree with that. Well, sounds like it, but Tyler Higbee's out of the game with a chest injury. That sucks. 5 catches, 58 yards, 939. Well, they started the show with a good match, it sounds like. I'm going to have to look back at that one. Caught! No, incomplete. Through the hands of Puka. $9.32. Second and 20. 20 minutes match. Wow. Man, Triple H knows how to run a damn company. I mean, Triple H is just such a good producer and booker. I mean, dear God. Well, I mean, I knew this back during NXT, but man, Triple H being the freaking lead creative officer at WWE, being the booker and being the producer, man, awesome. I'm glad he's still there. Stafford throws, tackle. It's about 4th and 9, 4th and 10, but they'll have to kick it away. Because Tony Khan is an idiot. He is an idiot. I think we've already established this. That man is an idiot. He's a fool. He is an idiot who plays with real-life action figures. He has enough money that he don't have to play with action figures. He can play with real people. And that's the problem. He's not a poor kid. He's not a middle-class kid who could just play with action figures. He's an overgrown man-child who's rich enough to play with people instead of action figures. That's what he is. Tony Khan is an idiot. He is a mark. He is a money mark, and he is an idiot. Yeah, I've heard. But Tony Khan is a money mark, man-child idiot. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He might as well be playing with action figures, but he has so much money that he plays with people instead of action figures. And enough money that he could do that for NFL, the association football, and wrestling. And 2 of those things suck. And Fulham somehow is doing good, but it ain't because of Tony Khan. It's because of Marco Silva. Tony Khan should be thanking his lucky stars that he has Marco Silva. Because if he didn't, all 3 of his ventures would suck. The one he runs himself, AEW, the Jaguars, which has his father and Trent Baalke. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They have a freaking blue chip quarterback. It ain't Trevor's fault. And they suck. Fulham has Marco Silva. Marco Silva knows how to shut that idiot up. And maybe he spends too much time on the Jaguars and AEW to screw with Marco Silva. Well, I knew it meant no fear. But he is. Maybe because he's spending so much time on AEW and the Jags, maybe he doesn't mess with Fulham as much, even though his job is chief soccer officer or whatever. Good thing for Fulham. It doesn't really seem like he's doing much to screw with them, though, you know? You could tell. Just like the Jags, you could tell if Tony Khan was screwing with him. You could tell. Jared Goff. Jared Goff. No, he didn't run into him. Yeah, if he was... See, he doesn't, though. Was your next door neighbor a Rams fan when they were in St. Louis, or are they an LA Rams fan? That's my question. Or were they an LA Rams fan, then a St. Louis Rams fan, and then an LA? Have they always been a fan, or is it, or were they just a fan when they were LA? I didn't answer that. I didn't ask that question well. Were they always a fan, or did they become a fan when they moved back? Before I judge them. Because people knew he was coming. They just didn't know the match. But everybody kind of knew the match was happening. Hands the ball off. About third down. No, I didn't. But when they moved back, well, I'm not surprised. Of course, because that's when the Rams were truly relevant. Was when they moved back. They tanked just to move to LA, and then they became great as soon as they went to LA. I know, good. 3rd and 3. They played St. Louis like a fiddle. And what pisses me off even more, Stan Kroenke is from St. Louis. He was born in the St. Louis area. He helped them move to St. Louis when Georgia Frontiere wanted to move the Rams. And then as soon as Georgia Frontiere died and Georgia Frontiere's kids sold the team back to Stan Kroenke completely, he says, screw it, I'm going to L.A. You helped them move to St. Louis, you pistachio prick. In the first place. He's the reason why the Edward Jones Dome became a thing. What happened? See, that's even more of a... See, I don't know if you knew that. First down for the Vikings. They keep running. See, I don't know if you knew that, but he has connections in the St. Louis area, Stan Kroenke. He was born in the St. Louis area, or he grew up there. And he still stabbed the city in the back. I don't... Because Tony Khan just is playing with people like they're action figures. He's running a real life, create your own federation or whatever. EWR. And the Rams get the ball back off a fumble. The Vikings fumble and the Rams get the ball back. Because nobody cares about them. Seems like it. And the Rams will get the ball back. 1st and 10. I would love to see it. I mean, he did do it in the Copa. So he still got it. Yeah, that is a fumble. There's no question that's a fumble by Oliver. And the Rams pick it up. Oh. So you're from LA. Oh, so you're from LA. I'm guessing. Panthers. That's a good pick, though. Cam Newton was also there at the time. Well, that's that's why you were asked about Steve Smith and Jake Delhomme. Got it. Well, I kind of set that up, but no, it must have been the Jake Delhomme era. Went to college at ASU. Well, there you go. I'll tell you this. If Cam Skattebo gets drafted to the Steelers, I'll buy a Cam Skattebo jersey. That's not just because you went to ASU. I like Cam Skattebo. I think he's a damn good player. It's funny. Ever since Cam Skattebo ran through Mississippi State like a hot knife through butter, I'm surprised I didn't start hating the guy. Maybe it's because State lost to Toledo the next week, and I was just like, oh, they suck. That's why he did that. And then Cam Skattebo just kept running through teams like a hot knife through butter. I'm like, damn, he's better than Ashton Jeanty, but nobody's going to talk about that. Like, Cam Skattebo's a better running back than Ashton Jeanty, but nobody's going to talk about it. People didn't talk about it until the Texas game. I was talking about it week 2. I'm like, this guy's better than Ashton Jeanty. He's better. I think Ashton Jeanty, part of it for him was he was playing in a crap conference. Like, yes, he has very good natural talent. He's very fast. He had a really good offensive line. He played on a crap conference. Travis Hunter, they made the right decision. Travis Hunter. Ashton Jeanty played for a crap conference. As soon as he played, and the thing that happened for him is that Oregon game, he played really well. But every other game he played for a team in a crap conference who just dominated the conference because of him. Skattebo did it with a better team and a better conference who had to grind to win the conference. He did the same thing. It's just he didn't get as many yards because he played for a better team in a harder conference. Or at least a more or equal team in a better conference. You throw Boise State to the Big 12, they would have probably had the same record, if not worse. If not worse. And honestly, Boise State got their ass kicked by Penn State, by James Franklin, who had no damn business beating them. Penn State is a joke of a team. Penn State is a joke of a team, and they still beat the shit out of Boise. Ashton Jeanty did nothing. And that is Jared Verse gets the ball, and there's a touchdown for the Rams. Pick 6. So, turns out they gave the ball back to the Vikings just to pick 6 it. Rams with a touchdown. Jared Verse with a touchdown. Exactly. Sam Darnold. They should have never left St. Louis. It was a fumble, actually. It was another fumble. Sam Darnold fumbled the ball, and that's actually a fumble. You can't take that one away. Jared Verse, fumble recovery, touchdown. You don't see fumble recoveries ran back like that. Dakota Kai. Houston's the Oilers. Yeah, the Oilers. Yeah, that was a bad move too. And Josh Carty hits the extra point. $57-yard fumble recovery. Jared Verse. And the Vikings will get the ball back, but this game's getting over with. Yeah. Turns out the Vikings are fraudulent. Did the Lions kill them? Did the Lions just spirit bomb their spirit? Is that what happened? Did the Detroit Lions spirit bomb the Vikings? I guess they did. Spirit bombed. $4.35. Panthers were rumored to come to LA before the Rams came back. That would never happen. And if it did, well, MK Dons, I guess. But if that happened, all hell would break loose. You think MK Dons was bad? Europe wouldn't stand for that shit. St. Louis, at least I could respect the fact that even though it did end up happening, St. Louis stood on 10 toes about the Rams, frankly, and on Stan Kroenke. Like, a lot of U.S. cities are like, well, shit, we lost the team, but, well, that can happen in this country. St. Louis was like, screw that. They saw it like MK Dons. They did. And I don't think it helped that the Rams tanked. Like, what made it look worse is that the Rams tanked, like, obviously tanked those last, like, 3 or 4 years in St. Louis. The first year in LA, they were kind of trash. But after that, they became a really good team in LA. They fired Jeff Fisher, hired Sean McVay, and became what they were. And you know damn well, even if they stayed in St. Louis, they would not be this good. That is true. I will say that. They might be 8-8, but they wouldn't be this good. They tanked that team, and fans still came out to the Edward Jones Dome. It's worse because they didn't just up and do it while they were They tanked that damn team, and as soon they took like 1 year of sucking in LA, but even that was like 8-8. It wasn't like that bad. It was middle of the road. It was Jeff Fisher, middle of the road. I mean, but you knew. As soon as they had a chance to, like, let the dust settle, they were going to go all out. They did. Thank God Tom Brady beat them in that first Super Bowl they made in L.A. Wasn't pretty, but he did. They had to still trade Jared Goff for a quarterback who wanted to ring chase. 1st and 10. Nice. Yeah. Speaking of, they're playing in Arizona, the Rams, right now, in the city that stole the other St. Louis team, the city that stole Big Red. So I guess it's ironic they're playing in Arizona because Arizona stole a St. Louis team too. Bidwill moved the Cardinals, Big Red, to Arizona. Let's not forget that. They stole a team too. St. Louis got screwed over twice. And some old heads still hate Bidwill. I don't know if they hate him as much as Kroenke, but some old heads still hate Bidwill. I think the Bidwill that moved him is dead. 2-minute warning, I think. Yeah. So there's a reason why I'm wearing the Battlehawks shirt. It's a troll job for any Rams fan who steps in here. Just remember, you screwed over a city that loved the Rams. Just to have a team who has no heart and acts like the 2000 Super Bowl was theirs when it's not. When it benefits them. When it benefits Stan Kroenke to bring the greatest show on turf to LA, he does. When it benefits him to talk about that banner, he does. But they don't really care about the St. Louis Rams history. Did you see what they did to that Super Bowl ring after they beat the Bengals? They only put 1 Super Bowl trophy on there and 2 palm trees. You know what that second palm tree, one of those 2 palm trees represented? The Greatest Show on Turf Super Bowl. Yeah. Normally, they put as many Super Bowl trophies on the ring as the team has. They only put one on there. And 2 palm trees. The 2 palm trees represented both Super Bowls. But they had no balls to the point that they did not put the St. Louis Super Bowl as a trophy on that ring. They made it a damn palm tree. And by the way, I've never seen a palm tree in St. Louis. That's even worse. It's like they used something that's not even in St. Louis to represent a Super Bowl in St. Louis because they had no balls. How about you don't talk about it? See, that's what gets me is they'll still have a banner up for the Super Bowl in 2000. They'll still bring out the Greatest Show on Turf when it benefits them. Now, do I think in St. Louis they should have ever brought out Eric Dickerson in St. Louis? No. He's not a St. Louis Ram. Should they have brought out Jack Youngblood? No. No, they shouldn't have. They were not St. Louis Rams. They were L.A. Rams. That is theirs. They were L.A. legends. They should have never been brought out in St. Louis. I stand the same way. But at least when the Rams did it in St. Louis and brought them out as legends, they gave them the respect they deserved. They were given the reverence that they did do it. It seemed like they did do it in St. Louis. You know? They didn't, but they acted like it did happen in St. Louis. When it comes to the Greatest Show on Turf, it's like, no, they didn't do it in L.A., but they're still part of our franchise history, but we have to bring them out for some reason because they at least won a damn Super Bowl. I bet Stan Kroenke is laying in bed saying, I hate that Kurt Warner won a Super Bowl. I have to bring him out. I have to bring out Torrey Holt. They didn't play in L.A. They're lesser, but I still have to bring them out here. And I think deep down, Steven Jackson, Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce played a year in L.A., so I guess he doesn't feel like, at least he has that little overlap. Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, I think deep down they know that they wish that St. Louis was the one celebrating them. That they wish they were being celebrated at the Edward Jones Dome. Not SoFi Stadium. They know that they're only there because they have to be there whenever they're asked. Saturday, we'll be live for it. Because they're a joke of a team. I agree with that. No, St. Louis better. No, the Battle Hawks are better. No. The Battle Hawks are better. But Kurt Warner's son played quarterback at the Battle Hawks last season in the XFL. Kurt Warner was playing catch with his son before the game at the Edward Jones Dome. You could just look at how happy Kurt Warner was to be back in that stadium. You could tell. You could tell. You could tell how happy he was to be back in that stadium where he actually played and won a Super Bowl. You could tell. That's the stadium. They ripped history away from St. Louis because Stan Kroenke is a greedy son of a bitch. And even he doesn't want to respect that history in L.A. But if he has to, it's like, oh, this happened in St. Louis, but we have to respect that history. At least when Eric Dickerson was brought to St. Louis, it was like, if he was in St. Louis back in 85, he would have done this here. We respect what he did. He didn't do it here, but we respect what he did. It's sad. Stan Kroenke is a greedy son of a bitch. And they took all the history that the Rams had here just to sometimes talk about in LA and be like, yeah, they didn't do it in this wonderful, beautiful city. They did it in a shithole in St. Louis. When we had to be there when we were exiled to that shithole for 25 years. That's the way Stan Kroenke would talk about it. I'm saying it the way Stan Kroenke wants to say it. He wants to call St. Louis a shithole. I can tell you that right now. I hope it happens. Like, if Stan Kroenke could say, Kurt Warner won a Super Bowl in that shithole city known as St. Louis when we were exiled there for 15 years. Or 20 years. But he won us a Super Bowl that we don't want to talk about unless we have to talk about it. He didn't win it in this beautiful city like Matt Stafford did. With this beautiful stadium that I built. He played that concrete jungle known as Edward Jones Dome. I think everybody would be happy about it. I think everybody would be happy about it and stick it up Kroenke's ass. Because the Cardinals ain't going to do it. Anytime St. Louis wins a title, they're going... The first thing that happens, people are going to curse Stan Kroenke. Which, you know what? I'm fine with it. 45 seconds. Because I bet like behind closed doors, Stan Kroenke calls St. Louis a shithole 100 times. Especially when it comes up to where he has to talk about the Rams' history in St. Louis. I bet he does it. I bet he does it. And I bet he wishes he could call it that every day. Every time they bring him out. But he won't. Well, he can't. Well, now that the freaking PSL thing is over, the premium seat license thing over, and they have the money, I guess he can. But, Leafs for Stars prediction. Leafs win. I mean, yeah, St. Louis, not a perfect city. No, it's a mid-sized city in the middle of the country. Is there things to love about it? Yes. Is it beautiful? Not really. It's not LA, but hey. And there's a touchdown for the Rams. Is it perfect? No. No, it's not. Davis Allen with a touchdown. 13-yard receiving touchdown. Let's see if they got the extra point. Is St. Louis a perfect city? No, it's not. It's not LA. But Josh Carty for the extra point. 3-24. It's just sad that all the St. Louis history is only talked about when it needs to be talked about. And when it does, it's given no respect. None. Zero. It hurts. Because that is Rams history. Like it or not. Like it or not, what the St. Louis Rams did is Rams history, whether you want to accept it or not. LA fans don't want to accept it. The LA fans who are just fans because they came back to LA, or they were LA fans and then quit being fans when they were in St. Louis for 20 years and then came back when they came back. Like, didn't want to root for the St. Louis Rams. There were LA fans that rooted for them in St. Louis. And you know what? I respect that. I respect those fans. Zero, but they're a good team. They kick it away and they're going to return it. 12 seconds, they'll have to kneel it out. But here's the thing. I'm fine with LA Rams fans who rooted for the Rams before they left LA, when they left LA, and when they came back. If they stayed a fan through the whole time, I respect that. There are LA Rams fans who did that. I'll respect you. I'll give you respect. As long as you respect St. Louis and what that history meant, I'll respect you. But if you're on Stan Kroenke's side of the aisle and you're acting like St. Louis didn't exist unless you have to say they existed, I hate you. Just as much as I do Stan Kroenke. You have to... I hate you just as much as Stan Kroenke. There were the St. Louis Rams existed. And they were stolen from St. Louis because they're not a perfect city like LA. And I'm not going to say anything about the current situation in LA. Because I'm not. Because that'd be stupid to do. That would just be wrong. I'm not gonna go hula under the bar. I'm not gonna do it. I hate what's happening in LA. I hate that the fires are happening. It's sad. It's horrible. And LA is a beautiful city. It is a special city. It is a special city. It is a beautiful city. And it's sad that the fires are happening over there. It really is. But St. Louis is not as horrible. It's not as podunk as you want to make it out to be. Or Stan Kroenke's side of things wants to make it out to be. Yes, it's a small city in comparison. Yes, it's not perfect. It's not Hollywood. It's not Hollywood. I think... Oh, what the... Not again. Somebody clip that. We're good. I think people would take them back in with open arms. I think they would. Considering the situation, I think people would take them back in with open arms. But I need a new freaking case. But I wouldn't, if they were basically in St. Louis, Oklahoma City Hornets style, I wouldn't mind it. 3-24 at the half. I think there's still Rams fans, I think there are fans of the Rams who are still fans of the Rams in St. Louis. And I think there'll be people who would take them in and be like, we're here for that. We're here for the logo. We're not here for you, you mustachioed punk. We're giving the Rams a home that was their home, that it's only right that they come back here while whatever needs to be fixed is fixed. And we'll accept that. And I think I think it would happen. If it happened, I think it would happen. I think if it had to be a longer term solution, they would come back to St. Louis. And if that was the case, I think they would bring the Rams back or welcome them back with open arms, considering the situation. Not Stan Kroenke himself, but the team, the logo, yeah. Stan Kroenke, he'd still get his shit booed. I don't think he'd show up. I don't think he'd show up at all unless it was the playoffs. I think he's smarter than that. But the team themselves, Sean McVay, the players, I think they would. I think there's enough people that would be like, you know what? They're going through a tough time. We still love the logo. They still have history here. It only makes sense they come back. If that were to happen that way. And I think it would be a good closure. I still think Stan Kroenke would be hated. And I still think if he needed St. Louis, he'd probably turn straight back to St. Louis for a year or 2 or 3, depending on how bad. If SoFi got burned, depending on how bad it got burnt, he'd be there for 2 or 3 years in St. Louis, and he'd turn back to St. Louis when he needed him. I think he would. Because you can't put him in Arizona for 3 years. St. Louis is right there, right? And I think San Diego the same way. I think the LA Chargers would go back to San Diego the same way because they play in SoFi as well. I think St. Louis, it would go down better in St. Louis than San Diego, though. I think San Diego are still truly pissed. I think San Diego as a city is way more pissed at the Spanoses than and the team than St. Louis is at Kroenke and the Rams. I think as a team, there's still people who love the Rams as a group of players. They hate Stan Kroenke, but as a group of players, there's still a good amount of people that would root for the Rams as a group of players. But they still hate Stan Kroenke. I think San Diego just hates the Chargers in general. I think they're pissed in general. Yes, 2000. Super Bowl 34 against the Titans, 1 yard short. See, that's. Oh, they're talking about Deion Sanders going to the Dallas Cowboys. He said he only coaches sons. You think his sons are going to Dallas? Well, they have a bad enough record it might happen, but I don't know. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, or just talk about the half. The Rams are dominating the Vikings. Huh. With that being said, Kurt Warner was the quarterback. Yep. With that being said, we'll take a short break. We'll be back. Sit tight. We're back at the half. For me, the Rams have absolutely slapped up the Vikings. I really can't say more. The Vikings have been getting slapped up, and honestly, I don't see it changing. I think the Rams are all over them. It ain't going to change. The Rams are all over them when it comes down to it. The Rams are playing such a better game. They're the better team, the better group. The Vikings didn't show up at all. Man, the Vikings didn't show up at all, is all I'm saying. They haven't shown up at all. At all. I think they got spirit bombed by the Lions in Week 18, and they just haven't recovered. Sami Zayn won with the Blue Thunder Bomb. Nice. But the Lions, or not the Lions, the Vikings are down 24-3 to the Rams. 24 for the Rams, 3 for the Vikings. And they're going to have to wake up. If they don't score a touchdown on this drive, this game's over. I mean, it's damn near over already with the way the Vikings are playing. If I'm the Vikings, I might just sit Darnold. If he doesn't do anything on this drive, sit him. And screw it. Yeah, let Daniel Jones play. Let Daniel Jones play. Screw it. Fraud watch, fraud watch. Darnold takes the snap, and he's going to get blown up. Incomplete pass, second down. Oh, my God. I can see it now. Detroit, Dion in Dallas. Caught. First down. Dion in Dallas, the head coach, they trade Dak in a first to move up and draft Shador. Well, you know what? Well, I hope that Dak trade is like to Pittsburgh, and then they trade something else to the team to move up and get Shador. Please. Like, I will, if that happens, if Dak Prescott still gets traded to the Steelers, I will buy a Dak Prescott Steelers jersey instantly. Like, instantly. As soon as I know what number he's wearing, I will buy that jersey. I will buy that jersey. I'm just saying. Just do it. Just do it. Aaron Rodgers to Minnesota. Here comes the prophecy. Aaron Rodgers is going to Minnesota with his Sam Darnold collapse. So the Jets are still going to suck for, what, 14 more years or something, and Jordan Love becomes their quarterback? Incomplete. Fourth down. Man, the Vikings are trash. Trash. Fraud watch. Well, that's it. Incomplete pass by Sam Darnold. Horrible play. Punt by Wright. He doesn't get ran into this time. That'll be out. And here come the Rams. Generational bag fumbler, Sam Darnold. Generational bag fumbler. Generational bag fumbler. Fumbled the bag, fumbled the bag. No moon, no moon, no moon. Biden announces one-time payment of $770 to the victims of the California wildfire. $770. Note that Ukraine was given billions on several different occasions, by the way. Only $770 to the victims of the California wildfires, but billions of dollars to Ukraine. Okay. That is just wow. Wow. We'll give billions of dollars to Ukraine, but only $770 to each person affected by the wildfire. Joe Biden, Jesus, man. Is that his last, middle finger to everybody on his way out? It's just that. Dear God. I mean, kick. Ay, ay, ay. First down for the Rams. How we doing, Henry? And that's a sack behind the line. Well, a tackle behind the line for the Vikings. They needed a moment like that. Doesn't matter. They're still down 21 points. Second and 13. That'll be a third down with a couple of yards to gain. The Rams have dominated the first half of this game. Third and 6. 3-24. Caught. Puka gets the first down. My hot take is Marshall Faulk is the third best running back ever behind Barry Sanders and Walter Payton. Emmitt Smith was only great because he had the best O-line ever. You know what? I think you're right. I think you're right. Marshall Faulk is the third best running back of all time. I think he is up there. Caught. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Yeah. I'd say he's up there. Sadly enough, Steven Jackson would have been around that conversation if the Rams were actually good when he was in his prime and they actually won playoff games. I think Steven Jackson is one of the most underrated running backs of all time, to be fair. I think he is. The winner of this game plays the Eagles at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock Central on Sunday. 5:30 Central, we got the Ravens and Bills, which is the one I'm going live for, which that's a pretty good game to go live for, NFL-wise. Ravens and Bills. That's a pretty good one to go live for. That should be a very good game. Sadly, well, I mean, the greatest show on turf was about a 4-year era, and they won a Super Bowl in that era as well. If the Rams win a Super Bowl this year or next year, I'd say their window's still open, or at least they kept it open to a point. If they win a second Super Bowl in LA within the next 3 or 4 years, they have. Sadly, they have. And that's exactly what Stan Kroenke wanted. If they only have one Super Bowl in the next 3 to 4 years, but I would say the end of the decade, if they could only pick up one Super Bowl from 2016 or 2015-16 to 2029-2030, no. Not that they're leaving LA, but, no. It's not better than the greatest show on turf. Now, of course, the greatest show on turf is what carried the Rams era in St. Louis. It did. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is sitting here and saying that what the Rams did from like 2006 on matters. Nobody. That was horrible. Like, Rams football from 2006 on until they left was horrible. And I'll admit to that. I will admit to that. Everything, their St. Louis history was truly 1999. Before 99, they were trash. After 2006, they were trash. They still got a lot of fans and people were loyal, don't get me wrong. But it was that 1999 to 2005 time frame. And even then, the writing was on the wall in like 2003, but it still kicked on until 2005. The last time we made the playoffs in St. Louis. And I think if they beat the Seahawks that year, the Seahawks went 7-9, the Rams would have made the playoffs that year. They lost that game. And that's going to be a fumble? No, 2nd and 12. It's a sack. A tackle on Kyron Williams. But, yeah, if LA wins the Super Bowl this year or the next 3 or 4 years, yeah, they have. I'll admit that 100%. It's not the fact that I'm saying the St. Louis history is better. I'm saying that they need to recognize that it happened. And, like, openly recognize that it happened. Stop acting like they were in exile for 20 years from the beautiful city of LA. That's all I'm asking. I think it would go down a lot better if the majority of LA Rams fans, even if they weren't fans back in the St. Louis days, if Stan Kroenke, it comes from the top down, if Stan Kroenke said, you know what, we may have been in St. Louis, but that era of the team means just as much as their 2 eras in LA. Let's remember, they didn't win a Super Bowl in LA until the one they won against the Bengals. They only won 1 Super Bowl in LA, just like they won 1 in St. Louis. They never won anything the first time in LA. So maybe it's a little bit of jealousy. I don't know. But maybe there's a tinge of that. But the thing for me is if LA fans are like, yeah, they were in St. Louis for 20 years. They weren't in exile. They were over there for 20 years. And they feel like Georgia Frontier stole the team. Okay. Let's not forget the guy who brought the St. Louis Rams back to LA brought them to St. Louis. Stan Kroenke was part of the scheme to bring them to St. Louis, just like he was part of the scheme to bring them to LA. He stole them just to give them back. He just waited for Georgia Frontier to die. In my opinion, Georgia Frontier is a patsy. Georgia Frontier was a patsy. I think Stan Kroenke wanted to give St. Louis some love because he grew up in St. Louis. But he knew for a long term they needed to go back to LA. But Georgia wanted to leave LA. And he's like, well, how about I weasel my way in, get them out of LA, move them to a place that wants a team that I grew up in, and then stab them in the back 20 years later when she's dead. I don't think it's Georgia Frontier's fault. People hate her guts in LA. She wanted out. Fair enough. I think Stan Kroenke weaseled his way in, knowing he's from St. Louis, knowing he has connections to the city. She wanted out. St. Louis wanted a team. He's from St. Louis, but he wanted a business entity. He weaseled his way in as an owner, a part owner, and moved him to St. Louis and helped them get the Edward Jones Dome. You know what I think he did? I didn't. You're here. What do you mean? Whatever. Back to my point. I think Stan Kroenke weaseled his way into the Rams ownership to move them, give Georgia Frontier what she wanted, and help the city where he grew up have a team for a short amount of time. And then when it was time for him to completely own the team and get his money's worth and move him back to LA, he did so. I don't think Georgia Frontier is the villain LA fans think she is. I think Stan Kroenke is a conniving son of a... Well, he used St. Louis for 20 years, gave Georgia Frontier what she wanted by bringing the Rams to St. Louis, and they won here. And he did that for his hometown and then stabbed him in the back 20 years later. I think Stan Kroenke planned all of this. I think he wanted a business asset that he could make money on top of money off of, and he also had Arsenal and the Colorado teams. But he was like, hey, might as well get an NFL team. It's one of the best leagues to have a financial interest in. She wanted to move. St. Louis wanted a team. He's from St. Louis. He grew up there. He's like, shit, might as well give them some happiness for about 20 years, and then she dies, and I'll move him back to LA, tank him and move him back to LA, and then make him good. What happened? I think it was all him, to be fair. 44-yard attempt for Josh Carty, and it's good. 27-3. I think, honestly, Georgia Frontier was the biggest patsy. 44-yard field goal for Josh Carty. She wanted out of LA so bad. She helped the team. She helped a guy get into power at a team who, as soon as he got the whole team to himself, would move him back to LA. I don't think St. Louis, the way it happened, to be honest, I think them leaving was always the plan, to be fair. He catered to her whims to get into the team. His Georgia Frontier's even bigger patsy dumbass son sold the team to Stan Kroenke because he didn't want nothing to do with the Rams. He didn't want to be the owner. And Stan Kroenke was right there. And Stan Kroenke smartly negotiated a right of first refusal for the rest of the team once she died. And I think he knew that Georgia's son was a punk-ass patsy. I don't know if she was the patsy more. I think she was part of it. But I think her son was actually the true patsy. I think Stan could always tell that Georgia Frontier's son was a dumbass who was a punk. And he knew that as long as he got that right of first refusal once he wanted to sell, because I think Stan could see that Georgia's son was not built to be an owner. And he did it for a couple of years. And then he was like, yeah, I'm not built for this. Sold the team, and guess who had the right of first refusal? Stan Kroenke. So he had the first offer without anybody against him. And of course he was going to make a good offer. Honestly, is it Georgia that's the patsy? Or was it her son? But her son cared so little that he was like, he wants to buy the team. He's going to execute his right. Okay. And he gave us a good amount of money for it? Sure. I think he knew from, especially early on. I won't say moment one because you have to know somebody, but I think once he started to know that family and know the succession plan, and he saw that man's soul through his eyes, I think he knew. I think if Stan Kroenke would have been around for as long as he needed to get the complete control of the team, it was just very easy for him to get it. Just very easy for him to get it, actually. So I don't know. I'd say Georgia's son was the patsy. I think he knew the plan. I don't think I think it was probably more on the succession plan that led to Kroenke truly getting his power. So really, I don't know if she's the patsy. She would have lived longer. The Rams would have been in St. Louis longer. If her son had any damn spine, they would have been in St. Louis longer. Like Stan Kroenke had the right of first refusal and gave him an offer that he honestly couldn't refuse with the spine that he doesn't have. And the fact he didn't want to be the owner for longer than 2 years. Look at the ownership. It was Georgia Frontier, Carol Rosenblum for 2 years, then Stan Kroenke. Aaron Jones runs for 5 yards up the middle. This game's over. I mean, mind you, this game's over. The Rams are going to run away with this one. Throws. Who would win 1v1 in their prime, Stan Kroenke or Al Davis? 5:51 left in the quarter. 2nd and 10. $5.47. There we go. Okay. 5:47. Caught. Flag on the play. Wow. Yeah, that's PI on Durant. Yeah, that's PI on Durant. That is wild. 5:41 left in the third quarter. Rams lead 27-3. The Vikings do have a first down over midfield, but they got to figure something out, which they're barely running out of time. I don't think it really matters if they score a touchdown or not. Game's pretty much over. I agree. Darnold throws down the middle. Hawkinson! TJ Hawkinson with a touchdown! Not that it matters, but he runs for one. TJ Hawkinson, 26-yard receiving touchdown. $26-yard. Who's having a better offseason, Seattle or San Jose? Seattle. They're going for 2. Hmm. Two points. They're going for 2. 9-27, and they will not get it. They pretty much had to get that for anything worth a damn. Touchdown. No good. 5 minutes to go. 27-9. They get the touchdown. That's what? 18-point deficit. 19. It's 10. Yeah, that is an 18-point deficit. Yeah. Damn. Damn, that's a bad way to start the new year. Catching a cold for a week and a half. Damn, that's a bad way to start the new year. I'm glad you're feeling better. Oof, that's a bad way to start the year. Bad way. Horrible. It's a horrible way to start the year. Damn. Then you got to just stand there and be like, well, does that mean this year's going to be bad for me? Like, that's something. Hopefully it's not. This game's pretty much over. Well, I mean, 18 points. I mean, 18 points with a quarter and a half. Well, 20 minutes to go. I mean, it's possible. Tony Hawk was an NFL player. What position would he play? Corner. Corner. I don't know why. Corner. 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 Anyway, Cooper DeJean, Tony Hawk. Pretty tall. Ha! 505. Any chance of a Viking comeback, or do you think it's over? They cannot allow any scores. If they allow a touchdown, it's over. If they get another drive and don't score a touchdown, it's over. So it's pretty much decided these next two drives. The Rams score anything, it's over. If the Vikings don't score a touchdown, if the Vikings get a stop, it's over. Like, that's pretty much where we are at this point. First down and 10. The Rams get into field goal range, it's over. Got to take it two drives at a time. You got to take it your drive. Got to take it defensive drive, your drive. So stop them, score a touchdown. Stranger things have happened, yes, but I'm saying that's how it has to happen. There we go. First down and 10 for the Rams. Trying to get Williams' shoe back on. .353. So that's the bad thing with those boots that have like the socks connected to them. It's just, no. Caught! No, incomplete. A last second incomplete pass helps them get to 2nd and 10. The Rams are still out of field goal range. Still out of field goal range. Long makes the catch, or he would have made the catch, but no PI either, which I'm surprised. He looked back at the ball just a little bit before he made his run. Okay. He looked back at the ball. .333. And Stafford's taken down. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. Vikings have to stop them on this 3rd down. If they don't, how many yards would be field goal range? I'd say about 2 more first downs for the Rams, so about 20 yards. 20 yards, give or take. They're going to be past midfield with a first down. Maybe 25, 30 yards. But since you got them on 3rd and 10, you might as well get them now. Tackled behind the line, or right at the line. It's 4th and 9. 4th down. Plan to go to the World Cup games next year. We'll see what happens, but I would. It's concepts of a plan. I have concepts of a plan. I have concepts of a plan. I have concepts of a plan. Man, they were pulling a Viking jersey. Well, you got leverage on them. 4 from that. I have concepts of a plan. Evans to kick the punt, 2:17. I think it's the first time he showed up. Well, he might have. 2:11. 2 minutes left in the quarter. It's going to go out. And the Vikings have the ball. They need a touchdown. They stopped the Rams. That was part 1. Part 1 was they needed to stop the Rams. Part 2 is score a touchdown either by the end of the 3rd quarter or right at the start of the 4th. Possession does not switch at the end of this quarter. So if they score by like 14:30, 14 minutes in the 4th quarter, they have a chance. Touchdown, though. It has to be a touchdown. Has to be a touchdown. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 at least, 17 points. If they get a 2-point conversion, 15 points for a touchdown, 16 with a field goal, 17 with an extra point. So basically the Rams are looking for Rams basically have no chance. I mean, it's slight. It's slight. It's a slight chance. We'll see what happens, but I mean, there's a chance. Small chance, but there's a chance. Cooper Kupp really selling my parlay right now. Man, if the Rams are still on fire, maybe you'd get it, but Vikings could do with a touchdown before time runs out. Of the quarter, yeah. Of the quarter. Am I the only person who thinks that Matt Stafford looks like Elon Musk? Actually, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. He kind of does look like Elon Musk. You know, now that you say it, you're not wrong. He does look like Elon. 1st and 10, 2:07 to go. You're not wrong. That's a couple of yards. 2 minutes to go. I feel good about Robin Fraser. I think he's a good coach. I think he's connected to Greg Vanny's era. Well, he is. Of course, it's not just a think he is, but I like Robin Fraser. I think he's a very good coach. I think he's going to do good things for the club. I like him. I don't know if that's true or not, but I like Robin Fraser. I think it can't be worse. It can't get any worse. It can't. He made Colorado a good team with no, what's the word? with no influence or no, that's the word, no money, no extra money. And he made them good. Quarterback sneak, first down. So Toronto has money. If they have money, it should be just as good, if not better, what he did at Colorado. Who do you think the greatest soccer player, footballer of all time is? I'm a Cristiano fan. I'm more of a fan of Cristiano, but Messi is the better player. I love Cristiano Ronaldo. I think he's my favorite, but Messi's the better player. I respect them both, but Messi is the better player. Cristiano's the better goal scorer. Messi's the better overall player. I think that's both is true. Messi's the better overall player. Cristiano's the better goal scorer. And he's the more clutch player. I think Cristiano's more clutch and a better goal scorer. I think Messi's the better player, the better playmaker. Maybe back in 2007 it'd be different, but if you want goal scoring, Cristiano. You want playmaking, Messi. You want clutch, Cristiano. You want, I don't know about leadership, but I don't know about leadership. I don't think Messi's a leader at all. I don't think he's a leader at all. I think Vikings had the ball at the start of the fourth. Yes. That only changes at the half. Raw's ending early. Well, they said it could be 2 to 3 hours, depending on Netflix. It could be 2 hours, it could be 3 hours, it could be 4. That's what they said. Oh, they're showing a Four Nations commercial. Hopefully that goes better for Canada than the World Juniors. Stroud. The Strouds. No moon, no moon, no moon. Stroud, 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 Stroud. No moon. Fourth quarter. It is the fourth quarter. Lamau. And Sam Darnold's going to run to the 30-yard line. I'm surprised he didn't fumble it. 14:51 to go. And there's a flag on the play. O'Neal is down. Rams player helmet off. It's on the defense. "15 yards from the spot of the foul, first down." Who's Roki Sasaki signing for? Well, I mean, the Blue Jays are one of the 3 favorites. So I'm ready to get destroyed. Heartbroken again. Because he's going to the Dodgers probably. But the Dodgers want him. The Dodgers are one of the 3 favorites. Blue Jays are, though. I can't believe it. Probably the Dodgers. At least the Blue Jays are on the top 3. Another big free agent just to say, no, LA. Well, where else? Yeah, who cares who else it is? It's LA. Why would he not play with Ohtani and Yamamoto? He plays in Toronto instead of playing in LA with Ohtani and Yamamoto. He either wants to be a star himself or he's just dumb. I mean, I'd be happy if he goes to Toronto, but it's like, hey, there's Vladdy and Santander. Maybe. It's like, sure. Either he wants to be a star on his own and he's driven by that, or he's an idiot. I hope it's the former. It's probably LA, though. If he sounds in Toronto, it's either the former or the latter. I don't know which. I prefer the former. But 'Of course, I want to see Matt Stafford back in Detroit. So predictable. Well, what'd you expect? I mean, of course they want a Stafford, Rams, Detroit, NFC title game. Now that it's possible. Now that it's possible, there could be an NFC title game between the Rams and Detroit. What did you think was going to happen? Ooh, over the head of Jordan Addison. 14:36 to go. $14.36. $14.31. $14.31 left, 3rd and 6. Sam Darnold looking to throw. Caught, 1st down. Hawkinson 1st down at the 40. 12:54. $12.54. Darnold to throw, 3rd and 8. And sacked at the 50-yard line. Damn. That sucks. That's sad. Michael Bunting was involved in a car accident outside of PPG Paints Arena. It's okay, will not play tonight. Well, at least it's okay. Punt it away. Yeah, that's going to end the game. There's no way. That's going to go into the end zone, touchback. Touchback 4. Touchback. And that means the Rams will get the ball back. But I think that's going to basically take away enough time from the Vikings as to where that's going to end the game. What in the world's wrong with the Vikings? They're fraudulent. That's what's wrong with them. Sam Darnold is seeing ghosts. That's what's wrong with them. Flag on the play. Does mean the Lions have a bigger chance? I think they were going to win the conference anyway. I mean, Eagles, they don't scare me. Rams, I don't think they're going to do this to the Lions. Washington, I don't think they're going to beat the Lions. I think the Lions still have this. I don't think it was a bigger chance. I just think this is, I guess it's a better chance because the Lions were going into the weekend. If everything went right, they would have played the Vikings, which they've already played them twice. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. But I guess now that they're not playing the Vikings, they're playing a team who's, I really think the Vikings have just frauded this up. I think the Lions spirit bombed them into just failure. They threw their season off a cliff. Oh, Honolulu flu, that is true. But hard for a team to, well, the Rams already beat the Vikings once the week after they lost to the Lions the first time they lost to the Lions. So this is just what happened the last time. You play the Lions, the next week it's tough. And it was in LA. Now it's in Vegas. Or not Vegas, Arizona. So, I mean, yeah, honestly, this one's worse than the Thursday night game. At least this one was on Monday. It was 8 days later, and nothing good happened. 10:47. 9-27, and that should do it. Hands off the ball, Williams. Runs. Flag on the play. So I think the Lions do have a better chance. The Raptors beat the Warriors. What the hell? 104 to 101. Toronto beats Golden State. What are the Vikings doing? What's wrong with Darnold? He's seeing ghosts. 1st and 16. He's seeing ghosts. Flag on the play. 10-12. Let's see what the flag is. Holding on the offense. Pushes him back. Rams are starting to make some mistakes, but it doesn't matter. They're probably going to get this game. Eagles winning versus Rams. No way Rams beat the Eagles. I don't know about that. 1st and 26. I don't know about that. I think the Eagles are trash right now. I think the Eagles were dominant defensively, but offensively they were bad. Now that may just be, and there's another foul. Another flag. See how far this pushes them back. False start, another 5-yard. On Parkinson. 31 yards, 1st and 31. Dear Lord. It's true. 1st and 31. Vikings can still win. I mean, 18 points. $18. 9 minutes. I don't know. $9-17, 9-27. What's your go-to snack at sports stadiums? Nachos. Nachos. Vikings haven't won the NFL championship. Fourth down. They sell cup noodles at Estadio Azteca. Sounds pretty good. That does sound pretty good. I guess they cooked them at the stand and then... Okay. But that seems a bit... 4th and 18, they're going to kick it away. They should let the other quarterback get a chance. What's the point at this point? That doesn't make any... You have to put it in a microwave. That's going to be... Darnold sold. Oh, I agree. Yeah, Darnold definitely sold, but he was the Daniel Jones have done the same thing. Daniel Jones is trash. Daniel Jones is trash too, so about to lose $200. So that's life. That's life. 7:25 left in the game. No chance of a comeback now, surely. You're probably right. 7:25 to go. Oh, they definitely covered the point spread. The over? No. Under. They went under, but they definitely covered the point spread. You go Rams -2. They definitely covered that. Seven minutes left in the game. Chiefs taking out their belts on the Texans on Saturday, probably. Probably. Hopefully the Strouds somehow win, but they're not. Chiefs are winning. I'm not going to predict against anything else, at least for that game. If the Texans somehow win that game, it'll be even more shocking than them beating the Chargers. And that's incomplete. 5 seconds off the clock. And the rest of this game's taking forever. The rest of this fourth quarter is going to take like 30 more minutes, isn't it? I don't know who. Man, Vikings fans must be in pain watching the rest of this. It's like, hey, 7 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock. We're not coming back, but under 7 minutes. But third down. Akers, didn't he used to play for the Rams? He does get, oh, no, he doesn't get the first down. Hit just behind the line to gain. They know they're about to lose. They ain't even trying no more. 1st and 10. No, they did get it. 1-4 weeks 1 through 5 for the Rams. 9-3 since their bye week. Yeah, they're letting the clock run. They're done. They keep making plays. They're going to review it. No, timeout for the Rams. That's the first part. 6:24. Why box? I don't know how good Bruno Mars is at boxing. So that's they are reviewing. Nope, LA's challenging the play. LA's challenging the first down. I don't think. Well, I don't think he got it. Bruno Mars. I mean, if I train, I'd say there's a chance. I'd say there's a chance. But why would he? Like, Logan Paul's a better question. KSI is a better question. Dude, thoughts on the Vikings' future? I mean, I think they're a good team, and I think they're going to get Aaron Rodgers. So they'll have like 2 years of a window with Aaron Rodgers, just like they did with Brett Favre. I mean, they should be good. They still have to deal with the Lions, but 6:24 left, and it's 4th and 1. But if I'm the Vikings, I might as well go for it. Fourth and 1. 0 and 1 on 4th down conversions. 6:56. I think the Vikings will be good the next couple of years. The question is well, J.J. McCarthy should. Quarterback sneak. First down. They did. 1st and 10. 6:34 to go. They get the quarterback sneak for the first down. Getting to 6 minutes. Second down. Or Gillette Stadium's getting a WWE event. Imagine sitting in the cold there. That'd be cool. That'd be cool to see Gillette Stadium get a WWE event. I wouldn't mind sitting in the cold there. I wouldn't have minded it in January watching the Patriots play in the playoffs. Never did. Been cool. I wouldn't mind it for a wrestling show either. Gillette Stadium is beautiful. 5:38. Snaps the ball. Darnold rolls out. Throws it behind the line. That'll be a first down. The Patriots, last time they hosted a playoff game was wildcard weekend, the last year Brady was there, 2020. They've made the playoffs once since then, but went to Buffalo. Wildcard round. .501. Darnold throws. Flag on the play. Hands in the face defense. .452. Darnold. Oh! Bull rushed. Second down. Getting under the 4-minute mark, or getting to the 4-minute mark. 4-16. Darnold, 2nd and 18. Throws. Wide receiver falls down. Naylor gets the catch, but it's a 3rd down. If I'm the Rams, I just run the clock out if I get the ball back. Probably about what? Just under 3 minutes they'll get the ball back. Darnold to throw. Caught. It is complete. 1st down to Jordan Addison. 3:35. $3:27. Vikings deserve one more touchdown to even it a little because it feels a bit too one-sided. The Rams are too good. Incomplete. Oh, well, he did. Yep, it is incomplete. Incomplete. No, they're not going to get another touchdown then. 4th and 11. They're going to go for it. I mean, you might as well. You might as well. Imagine Eli Manning gets a head coaching job. I don't think that would happen. See, I don't think that would happen. $3:42. Darnold, moonball, incomplete. Darnold with a moonball. Wonder why UFC quarterbacks are so good in college, can't hack in the NFL. Pac-12 is a waste of a conference. That's what I think. It's a waste of a conference. 3:34. Rams get the ball back. They'll run the clock out. That's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, the Eagles all in the same season. Well, at least if he does it to them, I'd find that funny. And the Vikings are using their timeouts. Mark Sanchez. Oh, he was trash. Mark Sanchez was trash. Trash. But Mark Sanchez was trash. Hands off. There'll be a timeout, I'm guessing. 3:26, 3rd down. I don't know why. Vikings used their last timeout. At least they used their timeouts. Imagine your most famous NFL moment's the butt fumble. Oh, I remember seeing that live. Thanksgiving night, what, 2011, 2012? It was funny. That was funny. As a Patriots fan, I was laughing my ass off. It was hilarious. $3:26. Hands it off. 3:22. They're going to have to kick it away. Well, I don't know. Might as well go for it. 3:16. Rivers doesn't get there. under 3 minutes. The Vikings will get the ball one more time. Not that it matters. They'd have to score a touchdown, get an onside, score a touchdown, get an onside. Field goal, probably. Are the Rams contenders or pretenders? Pretenders. Took a delay game. They're going to kick it. Prince Lucie to Montreal. How am I just hearing about that? Because they had him as a trialist, and now they got the rights to him. I don't think he'll do that good. But he'll score against Toronto somehow. He'll score against Toronto somehow. Good on Hernandez. Well, yeah, he should have gone. Good night, all 4 a.m. for me. Good night. The game's over. You might as well have went to sleep at halftime. You might as well have went to sleep at halftime. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't. 2:33 left in the game. There will be a 2-minute warning. Probably after this play. Darnold throws. Second down. Untimed down until the 2-minute warning. Probably because they're just going to let it go to the 2-minute warning and then get the ball. Maybe they'll take one last snap. They do take one last snap. And stop of the clock. It's first down, 2-minute warning. Yeah. I think everybody did. I remember trying to get that tornado mod. I think it was the tornado mod and TNT mod. But didn't work so well on my computer. Like the 20 different versions of TNT. Getting past the 2-minute warning. I remember being a kid and thinking Harold Brown was real. I mean, I don't understand how a game that was made out of blocks made a villain so scary. Like, that made no sense. When really it was the same skin as their hero, just with, like, glowing eyes. It made no sense to me. Also, fighting the Ender Dragon in the dark, scary as hell. Like, your room's dark and you're fighting the Ender Dragon. Scary as hell, mind you. That was definitely eerie. That was definitely eerie for sure. I don't know about scary, but eerie for sure. That was Definitely. It's kind of like setting yourself up for a jump scare. Two minutes left in the game. Throws Darnold with a moon ball. Caught! No, Addison incomplete. It's not a fumble, 153. If the Rams get the ball back, they'll kneel the game out. Simple as. 153. They will kneel the game out if they get the ball back, which they probably will. Vikings have 2 downs left to get a first down. Darnold got hit after the throw, but that doesn't, nope. That ref is slow. 2nd and 10, actually. Well, that's 3 plays then. 2nd and 10. The Rams will have to kneel the ball out, probably, unless. $151, and Darnold gets sacked. If you ever did cosplay, what character would you dress up as? The computer, the computer from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Mr. Jester from Smiling Friends. Who else? I guess the most realistic would be Trent from Total Drama Island. Probably. 1:14 left. That'll be a 4th down. They run the ball. I'd still probably dress up as Toad. I did that for Halloween once. I still probably would dress up as Toad. 55 seconds. Toad is my favorite Mario character. So. Caught? No, incomplete. Turnover on downs. They'll kneel the ball out and game will be over. The Rams. Yep. The Rams will advance. Not that that was a question, but 27-9. Two kneels, and that'll be game. First and 10. Rams will kneel it out twice, and that'll be it. 27-9. Rams will go to Philadelphia. I like their chances. I'm not going to lie. Stafford kneels it out. One more kneel. And there it is. 20 seconds till the game is truly over. Even though it was over by the score in the first half, but the Rams will advance. The Rams will advance tomorrow at 1:30 for Chelsea versus Bournemouth. Be live for Chelsea versus Bournemouth tomorrow afternoon. And the Rams win 27-9. They move on to play Philly in Philly this weekend, or this upcoming weekend. The Rams move on. Every divisional winner moved on except the Bucks. The only lower seed to move on was the Commanders. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put it to playlist. Share friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this game. There you go. Yes, I did. And I'll see you tomorrow for the Chelsea-Bournemouth game. Live and review. There you go. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. Congratulations, Rams.